Great, it's great to have you guys here with us today, and welcome to the Isolation interview series from Music Box. So before we get started, just want to give like an introduction into like what, like who you guys are and like what you do, and like how did the band come about?
Cool. So my name's Ciaran, I sing, and
I'm Mikey, and I play guitar.
Cool.
Yeah. And a lot of other things. We both kind of share roles, I suppose, because growing up, Ciaran would have played drums in a lot of bands, and then I would have either been playing guitar or bass. I suppose we both got into like music production then, so we both kind of share a lot of roles and do multiple different things.
Yeah, makes it really awkward to play live, but it's okay.
So like Great is a unique name for our band. So like, how did that name come about, and like, does it have any special meaning to you guys?
Well, like, I think the first thing was we were so shocked that there was no one else called that.
Yeah.
And then I think as well what was kind of cool about it, for me anyway, like we're a lot more colourful than our name implies.
Suggests, yeah.
Yeah. So
it's kind of it's almost ironic. Like it's a cool contrast. Like the light grey is such a plain basic colour, but
because all our artwork and stuff has all been,
it's very vibrant and colourful as well, and like I was like, why did I pick like Grey for a name?
Yeah, it's really hard to find us on Google though, so that's why we have like Great Band. But other than that, that's kind of the name, I suppose. But yeah, you just found it one day and you were like, what? No one else has called this, so let's go for that.
I always find that's the hardest thing. Whenever you're trying to come up with a name for a band, you think something and you're like, oh, that's really cool. And there's 50 other bands with the same name.
Because I always think like, like maybe like it's their favourite colour or something like that, or
yeah, if it was our favourite colour, I think I'd be questioning what kind of a band I was in.
So can you guys tell us a bit about your new single, Messed Up, and what was the inspiration behind the track?
You for that.
So I like do a bit of production for other artists, and like I end up making a bunch of tracks, and they go up for lease, so I lease them out to other artists. Yeah. And I showed the track to Ciaran, and he was like, no, this isn't going to anyone else.
This is mine.
But before we put any lyrics to it, like the song was pretty much finished, and it was kind of a nice contrast to like normally we'd kind of work our way through a song, but it was nice to just have like the instrumental completely like structured and finished, and then Ciaran added lyrics, and well we like worked on it together.
That's kind of how we made it, I suppose. But then other than that, we record everything ourselves, and then we sent that over to our friend Luke, who's in a band called Happy Days, and he mixed it for us, sent it back, and that was it.
Such a class tune too, because like I was a massive fan of the previous track, Associate. Like that was banging, like,
Cheers.
And then like Mess Up came out, and I was like, wow, this is like such a tune, like, like pop punk, and like the likes of like All Time Low and like bands like Bring Your Horizon too, and like I'm really into like like pop punk and like pop rock as well, and like punk rock.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I'm really digging these guys, and like their sound is class. So like you guys sound so good, like, so yeah.
Yeah, I think what's fun is like, cause like I don't think, like, I know there's a couple of pop punk bands in Ireland, but I don't think there's anyone quite doing this modern kind of thing that's going on.
I was starting to think, like, I was like, is there any other like bands that are doing with like what like Riot are doing, like, it is good that you guys do have like that uniqueness to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, you guys previous released Associate, which is like a banger track. So like, how do you guys feel that Messed Up differs towards Associate?
I think with Disassociate, it was more of like like a deep emotional track compared to Like the Messed Up has a bit more energy, and I feel like we kind of, because we've been sitting on these songs for a while before releasing them. I think we did that intentionally because we wanted to have like more of an impact with the second track coming out, rather than like put the one out that has more energy out first, just kind of ease into it. But yeah, like how would you think they're?
Well, I think like theme wise, they're fairly similar. They both have. I think they're both written.
About the same person,
Yeah,
I
about the
suppose.
same person, I suppose. So to us, they mean the same thing. But I suppose from another perspective, it's an interesting way of thinking about it. But yeah, definitely dissociates a bit more emotional, like you said, and then Messed Up's a bit more like middle fingers.
Yeah, so can you guys remember the first song you wrote and what was it about?
Together, the first song we wrote.
Oh my god, I do remember that.
Was it? It wasn't Bubblegum, was it?
No,
Oh.
way before that. We went to school like right
yeah.
across the road from each other, so that's kind of how we met. Like Ciaran's school would have been here, mine would have been just literally across the road.
Yeah.
And we'd both kind of played in like bands, and it took a while before we ended up in a band together. And I remember being in this exact room.
It was a bit different.
It was a bit differently laid out, but you had just figured out how to like record onto your computer with like a really cheap
mixing
desk. And I can't even remember what the song is about, but I
don't think we had any lyrics or anything, but I remember the guitar part pretty well. But yeah, that was a fun song.
yeah.
We should try pull that out of the dirt.
I think other than that, the first thing that we like did together, like properly,
definitely Bubblegum.
Was it Bubblegum? Yeah.
Yeah, because Mikey sent me the like guitar parts, and I was like, this sounds so happy and upbeat. It's definitely going to be called Bubblegum. And then I was like, do you know, it'd be so funny if at the start we had like a pop. And like everyone loves that bit. There's like comments underneath certain videos of that, and it's just people tagging their friends and being like, skip to like 17 seconds or something because they just want to hear the pop.
But that was even before any of the lyrics. Just this is called Bubblegum because it's happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I love that. But yeah, what's the creation process like in the production of your music, and where do your ideas mainly stem from? And do you feel that your hometown in Galway impacts the music that you think?
Good question.
From like the creation standpoint, I feel like it's changed a lot in the past like year or so.
Definitely.
Like obviously because of COVID and but we've always kind of done the whole like we'd both be very tech wise, I suppose. I don't know, that's not the right word, but like we wouldn't ever really sit down in a room together and write a song. We would have always kind of sent parts across to each other.
Yeah, it's always been a bit of a back and forth.
Yeah, like back and forth. But I feel like recently we've focused more on like doing stuff in this room together and getting as much done in not in one go, but like trying to get a finished idea like structured as much as we can, because before it would have been like adding bits over weeks and weeks and weeks, adding small bits.
It takes too long. Yeah.
Whereas it takes too long and you don't really know whether or not you're adding anything to it. And I suppose being from Galway, I don't know. It's like, because a lot of people have this perception of Galway that it's a really artsy, like musical place.
Yeah, because like even like every time that I've been to Galway, like I have been there like well over a year now, but like it does have that kind of like artsy and like creative feel, and like everywhere you go, like it's always like a street that has like music on it, like, you know. So
yeah, there's definitely like there is a lot of creativity. I think just as far as what we do, it's harder to get in anywhere because, you know, there's I don't think there's any other pop punk bands here.
I feel like there's more of like maybe an indie scene in Galway. Like there's more of like an artsy kind of, I don't know what the right word for it would be, but I wouldn't really consider our stuff too artsy. It's not very like, I don't know, not that it doesn't have any meaning to it, but just it's not as it's straightforward. It's more straightforward than like trying to like be super artsy, I suppose.
No, I get what you mean. Yeah, like I know like Galway does have like more indie bands, but like it's good that you guys kind of stand out from the crowd as well. So yeah. Yeah. So what is your favorite musical memory? And if you could invite 5 musicians dead or alive to dinner, who would they be?
Favorite memory? I think probably because we did go over and play one show in the UK,
Okay.
and just the journey of that was super fun.
Yeah.
Like regardless of the show we played, like that was just as fun. But the
'cause
trip was just like turbulent, I guess is the right word. Like so many things could have gone wrong that did go wrong. But that was fun. Like I would do it again straight
Yeah.
away. So
like even we didn't even book any accommodation. We just kind of went over, and it was like during one of the heat waves
yeah,
that was happening. So we just camped while we were over.
yeah, it worked out. It was really fun.
And it was like that was the best thing we could have done because it made it like a fun experience rather than, oh, I guess we're in a hotel.
And then what was it? 5 musicians for dinner?
Yeah, 5 musicians that you'd invite to dinner, dead or alive. Yeah.
Travis Barker straight away.
Travis Barker, definitely.
Like I am obsessed with that man. Who else? Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I feel like that's such a basic answer.
It is, but like 100%. Those two, like they're the top ones. Then after that,
Yeah.
sorry.
That's a question. Like everyone's always like Michael Jackson or Prince.
yeah, definitely Michael Jackson, definitely Travis Barker.
Do you know what? Pete Wentz, because I feel like he has a lot of like stories.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
God, I've never thought about this before.
Probably Mark Hoppus.
Yeah, I suppose.
Pretty much all of Blink. Mark Hoppus and Tom
Can we
DeLonge.
count Blink as one person?
That's 5, isn't it?
Yeah, that's 5.
Yeah, that's 5.
I'm sure we could think of more, but this is the most on the spot I've ever been.
Everyone always says. Yeah. So who would your dream artist to collaborate with on tour, and to have you support on tour? And what's your favorite memory from being on tour? Probably like the camping question, I guess.
It's who would we have on tour, is it?
Yeah, like or like even like to have like as a support act, or like to have like you supporting them.
Oh yeah.
I'd love to like, cause we've done like a little bit of production with do you know the band Waster?
Never heard of them. No.
They're a pop punk band from Wales, but they're vocalists. We did like a small bit of production with them. It was just nice to like he's one of those kind of songwriters who's just really, really good at just getting a vibe across.
Yeah, definitely.
It was just really fun working with her. I'd love to like.
Yeah, I think going on tour with Waster would be pretty cool. I'm trying to think of one more. I don't know.
Hot Milk.
Yeah, I'd say probably Hot Milk actually. Yeah, that would be amazing. They're going
smashing
to,
it.
they're smashing
Really, and actually Hot Milk and like they are pretty cool.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Gutted that they can't come. They were supposed to come over for Heat Stroke.
Yeah.
Was it Heat Stroke? Sunstroke. Was it Sunstroke?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And then that got cancelled.
So lost their live music, like, and was like.
Yeah.
Hopefully, like in October now. It's October 22nd is like the day for like gig. So fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what was the first album that you guys ever bought?
I know you know yours.
Yeah,
definitely.
the first 2 albums that I ever bought was in. Do you remember GameStop used to sell CDs?
I do remember that. Yeah.
I got All Killer No Filler by Sum 41.
Oh, no.
And I also got the Blink Untitled album. And they
say
were
that,
€3 each.
That's so good. Oh my god.
Yeah, the first album I bought myself was definitely the self-titled Blink album. So yeah, I never knew that we had the same one, but yeah, cool.
I think mine was like Avril Lavigne or something like that.
Yeah,
that's
nice.
still a good choice.
I have
though.
that in my car still.
She is just a total queen. Like I would actually go and see her live.
100%, yeah.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite track that you released and why?
People always say they're like most recent, but like I love Messed Up so much. I think it's a great track.
I feel like my favorite would be Disassociate, just because, like, I remember, like, it was the first song that I had, like, fully come to Ciaran with, that I had fully finished myself.
Yeah.
It's just, it's like, it's my baby, like, pretty much.
Because like we have a TikTok up or something where it shows like the stages it went through, which is really cool. So first it's like Mikey sent me a
Like a
video on
voice note,
Facebook, yeah, and it was just him playing with an acoustic guitar, and then after we had demoed all the like electronic stuff and stuff like that, but then it just jumps into this massive like production, which is like my favorite thing to watch.
Yeah, so what message do you want your fans to take away with them when they listen to this?
Think about the people who are kind of in your life that are probably not doing you any favors, because like a lot of the recent stuff kind of focuses around like people who kind of make you feel like they're important to you, but they're really, really not helping you, like toxic people in your life. Like just to reassess, I don't know, other people that you keep close to you, reassess how they impact how you feel about yourself.
I think especially after the whole lockdown situation, like you've really, it's quite easy to see who's really there,
Yeah.
who's not. So
Like, cause like I'd say there's so many people now that like realized, oh wait, maybe this person wasn't my friend after, you know, when you're put in the situation where you're isolated from everyone, you kind of see who your friends are.
Definitely, yeah.
I suppose, yeah, just
yeah, that's the message, I suppose, and it's kind of been the message for the last two tracks. Yeah, definitely more so with Dissociate, but yeah.
Yeah, so what has been your go-to song to distract yourself during hard times when we were in the strict lockdown?
God, these are such good questions. Like,
You're like, what song kind of like distracts you from that?
I love listening to really, really stupidly abrasive, like, screamo music, just like the most lo-fi, badly recorded stuff. I just find that it's just very, like, it completely, I can't think about anything else when I'm listening to it because it's so just intense.
yeah, I think for me, like I discovered quite a lot of new music over the lockdown. So I think we discovered some new acts. One was called Cat and Carmel. They were really cool.
Yeah.
Another one was Lolo. She's amazing. Yeah, really
Yeah,
liking
definitely
the vibe.
Lolo's really cool. She does like a really cool mix of like the modern pop stuff with the like pop punky
It's got a
kind
bit
of.
of a grunge thing in it
You
as well,
know,
which is
it's
cool.
kind of Avril Lavigne.
Yeah, it is a bit. Yeah.
Avril Lavigne. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, have you guys been to any concerts before COVID that have inspired you in any way? And how have you guys been adapting to like, you know, the music scene in Ireland, like when like most of it was online? Like, how have you guys like adapted and like without, like, you know, obviously having to do gigs as well? Yeah.
I think my last gig was either Ariana Grande or
Well, I was at her in a Ciaran
yeah, it was either Ariana Grande or it was 1975. I can't remember which one came
Yeah, the one's
last. So yeah, to be honest, every time I go see anyone play live, I come out inspired. Like you just get this rush of feeling where you're like, I want to do that, and you just come home and you probably write like more songs that you've written in the last 2 years. So yeah, go to lots of gigs and that helps.
I feel like I don't go to half as many gigs as you do.
No.
Like you'd be more for like concerts and stuff like that. I'm trying to think, what was the last that I would have went to?
Would it be State Champs?
Probably State Champs, yeah. Yeah, I think what I really liked about that was Stand Atlantic supported at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were great. I love them. It was
Yeah,
nice to get to meet them afterwards and just like meet because everybody kind of came out afterwards outside. Was it outside the academy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just that's always nice when you go to an academy gig and then everybody's outside and then you walk past the Supermax and you just see the bands eating.
Oh, I just thought the last gig I went to was Water Parks.
Water Parks,
Yeah.
so cool.
Oh, nice, yeah. I think mine was like either 1975 or Halsey. I think it probably was.
Oh, nice. Yeah, cool. I'd love to go see Halsey. I've never seen her.
Oh, she's brilliant. She's amazing. Yeah. I think Pale Wave was important that night too. Like,
Oh
Oh,
my
wow.
God.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That was a pretty cool gig. Yeah, so is there any advice that you would like to give to any musician starting out during these times?
The biggest piece we always give to everyone is like, you don't need a full band to do anything. Like, start writing now. You can find a band later. Don't worry about it.
Because like that definitely, when I was younger, that was something that I used to like. Oh, I can't do this because I'm not in like a band with this, and this.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't need to have other people to like educate yourself and like to like work on your like songwriting and everything. Like, I feel like people make excuses of, oh, I'm only a bassist or I'm only a drummer, I can't write lyrics, or
And plus, with like the world of the internet, like, you know, when we started doing stuff, we weren't even in the same country. Like, we were sending stuff back and forth to each other for a good while. And then when I finally came back here, we were like, yeah, let's do something. So
yeah, because like I definitely agree with you guys, because like you sound really, really good as a two-piece, and like there's so many like other two-piece bands out there, like the likes of like Royal Blood here. I'm a massive fan of.
yeah, amazing.
Like they're a class, like, you know, and they sound like they have such a full band sound for a two-piece. Like,
Yeah, it's amazing.
I think it makes it easier because then there's only like two people to there's less people to argue nearly.
yeah, that's it.
More, and more space in the car.
Yeah, that's a very good point. That's a very good point. Yeah. So, what artists are you currently listening to on Spotify right now?
Let's see. What was I listening to last?
Lolo, all the time.
Oh, there's this band I really, really like called I Hate Sex. And it's the best band name ever. They were really cool. One of those screamo bands that I was talking about earlier. They were just a really cool female-fronted band that just they broke up, but they were really, really cool.
And
what
then
were you listening to?
to check that out, I had like I Hate Sex, checking it later on.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of like new artists that I haven't really come across. Obviously, still Lolo, Cat Camel. I've been listening to a lot of like Knocked Loose and Architects.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, I listen to a lot.
The Turnstile album that just came out. Like, I feel like we're going to be seeing reviews and reviews and reviews about it for the next, like, 6 months.
I'm already seeing reviews.
Yeah, I like, all I see on anything related to alternative music the past week has been about the Turnstile album. And it's well deserved.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, so we're going to do some, like, quick questions now. So, cats or dogs?
Cats.
Dogs.
Well, I have both though. Yeah, no, definitely more of a cat person. Your go-to McDonald's order.
Double cheeseburger. No, fillet of fish.
What? Who orders that?
I do.
Okay. Wrap of the day, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm always a nugget person or a Big Mac. Depends on the day and the mood. Your favorite album of all time?
Oh.
Self-titled Blink.
Oh, no. Under the Cork Tree by Fall Out Boy.
Oh, good one.
Oh, that's a good one, yeah. My phone was locked. 3 words to describe your music.
Energetic.
Fun.
Not that deep.
What is your favorite live performance to watch on YouTube at night?
We literally just we watched a Falling in Reverse one last night.
Oh yeah, that was great. We love that. We were watching a bunch of Warped Tour footage.
Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, we watched that. That was actually surprisingly really good. I didn't think I would enjoy that so much. Yeah.
Multiple answers.
Yeah, multiple answers.
What is your favorite movie?
Movie.
I can't watch movies. We always have this conversation.
Same.
Like
I didn't go to cinema to see like the latest films, like, no, but like watching movies on Netflix and it's like, no.
Yeah, like, because we always end up on this topic. Like we did a live stream with another pop punk band from Ireland called Crown the King, and they were there talking about movies, and I was just like,
I don't know. I don't know. If I were to say, probably, do you know Hereditary?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely that.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah. Oh yeah, like movies are made like I'm more like documentary, like music documentaries. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. So, what have you guys been binge? Well, I just,
Ah,
you don't really watch movies, so I'll leave that question in. Have you guys developed any talents over lockdown? Outside of you.
you started skateboarding again.
Oh yeah, and I broke my arm.
You broke your arm.
Yeah. What was it? The first week I broke
Like,
my arm.
I think it was the second day that
Yeah, it was the second day.
Not fun.
don't think I don't think I've developed any talents. Talking less, probably. That's a good talent to have.
What is your favorite animal?
Cats.
Yeah.
I love cats.
I love red pandas as well, though.
Yes, I was just about to say red pandas. I sponsor the one in Dublin Zoo. That's how much I love it.
And what is your favorite dog breed?
I have a boxer and I love it to bits.
Dog. I just like mutts. If any type of dog, I like mutts because they're all different. They're all special in their own way.
I love big dogs. Like I love German shepherds. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I have a dog though. She's like a Labrador crossed with a collie. Her name is Zoe.
Oh,
nice.
nice.
Yeah. She's 14 now, so she's an old girl. Yeah. So you guys, I don't know. Wait, hang on. Wait. So like, yeah, what does this future have in store for Light Grey, and what's next for you guys? And is there any specific goals you'd like to achieve?
I've said this from the very day one. As far as goals go, I want to play a gig in the academy supporting someone cool.
And I feel like it's a nice goal to have because it's not like, oh, we want to tour the whole world. We want to
I think it's because like we grew up going to shows there all the time.
Yeah.
And that like every band I've
Yeah.
ever loved has been up on that stage. So I think if I ever get to play that stage, I'll be like,
very
I've
happy.
completed it.
Yeah.
I can quit after that. What was the question before that?
What have we got coming?
Yeah, we're working on a new track for after Christmas, I suppose.
Oh, but what about the EP?
Oh yeah, oh my
Just
god,
skip completely over it.
we've got the EP. It's called Are You Even Real? It's coming out on October 29th. I love the album artwork for that. I can't wait to like share that.
I love how even beyond that, you're thinking about what's after that.
Yeah, because the thing is, the EP is done. It's just ready to go out. So my brain's already like, okay, what's next? What's
Well, just leak some information out, new track, whatever.
yeah. Well, there's a new track coming after Christmas, so yeah.
And yeah, so like, what would be your dream venue to play? Now, obviously, you mentioned the academy, but like, what would be like the biggest like achievement that you'd like to do?
My brain can't think past the academy because it's such a
Do you know-
a goal to me. Like,
I don't know. You see, because I've never been like a huge concert person, so I don't really know that many like big venues. Probably like Ali Pali.
yeah, that would be a cool one.
Actually, that's a good shout. Yeah, Ali Pali in London would be class. Yeah. So Ciaran and Mikey, that's actually the end of our interview. It was so lovely talking to you guys, and like to meet you guys virtually too. And yeah, so the guys have just released a track Messed Up that came out last week, and you can stream it on all major streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, and even buy it on iTunes as well. Give the lads some money, like.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
And, as they mentioned, they have an EP coming out in October, and like, is that ready to pre-save yet? No.
It will be really soon, and everyone will know about it as soon as.
Yeah, so get pre-saving that one, the lads announced that. And you can also follow the guys on social media and your Twitter and your Twitter handles and your Instagram handles are.
Yeah, everything is like Grey Band.
Yeah. So guys, it was so like good to meet you like virtually, and I could have a chat. That was a lot of fun. And thank you so much for giving up your time as well. And I hope
thank you.
your week. And hopefully I'll see you at a gig soon. And like that kind
Definitely.
of show happens for you guys.
100%.
Right. See you guys. Take care. Right.
Yes, thank you.
Cheers. Bye.